Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more EU4 Relentless Push East continued. Well, we are fighting Great Britain and we're fighting tooth and nail to make sure that we take everything that we can in this final war, more or less. So, along those lines, I took a little bit of a minute to have a bit of a look at things, and I completely forgot about the British Congo. Yep, turns out they have some more land down here, which we have not sieged back down. Same with British Guinea. And I have a solution to this. We have a big transport navy. We're going to go ahead and quickly get you to port, and we will see what we can do. We'll just double check to see if there's a grand shipyard. Oh, you know what? There is. You know, let's quickly go to port, get some reinforcement ticks, and then from there, what we will do is we will send a good number of troops over to Africa, and we'll deal with them there. That will be our plan. As for all of this, we're just going to go ahead and focus chasing down the British subject troops. Yeah, if we can just beat them up a little bit, that'd be good. 13 colonies has next to no manpower and men. Newfoundland has fairly minimal numbers as well, whereas British Louisiana is also still not that strong. So it shouldn't theoretically take us very much to be able to do. We just need to be able to, well, focus on what's going on. So we just need to make sure that we're going to go ahead and chase them down, and that is all that we really require. So we'll see how that all plays out, because unfortunately it's sometimes easier said than done. So either way, we're going to go ahead and stomp on some of Great Britain's troops over here. That will work out perfectly fine. There we have it. Stack wipe. Mongolia is doing things. We've got troops heading over here. We will reinforce Russian California. These guys are going to go ahead and march further down. Again, it's just a matter of following the biggest number that we possibly can, or catching the stacks that are able. But either way, we have some pretty good generals, so I'm not super concerned as to our ability to do so. Alright, so let's see. Can we make our way down over here? We can. Question, we have 2 maneuver here. We have 2 maneuver there. Alright, hang on a second. Let's go ahead and pause. We're going to have a look at our... Oh, wait, it's enemy territory. Alright, rat bags. We're going to have to quickly zip down into friendly so we can swap that out. Yeah, there they are. They're running, but we will catch them. Alright, so first of all, let's sort by maneuver. You, my friend, are going to be joining in over here. Our other one, you are also being sorted by maneuver, and you will go there. Alright, now we've got 2 speedy generals. Let's go ahead and chase them down. We'll take whatever fights we must along the way. But again, we are just being careful to make sure that we pincer these fellows into a position where they have no choice. I'm almost expecting them to be aiming for Detroit, as that is one of their capital cities. But again, it's not a guarantee, so we do need to be aware. And unfortunately, fog of war can be a shame and cause us trouble. But you know what? I found them. They're heading out over here to there. All right, let's see what we can do there. We'll ignore the naval battles. They don't really count for too much. Yeah, that's going to be fun. These guys are trying to do a very interesting maneuver of staying ahead of us, but again, I don't think that's going to work in the long run. We know where they're going, so that works out. You guys can go ahead and, you know what, you can autonomously siege for a bit. That'll be good. We are slowly catching them. So I'm going to assume we're heading down here. We'll take the fastest path that we can find. Yep, that's all good. Again, we just want to cause trouble. And look at that, we've even been able to speed up our path because of the foreknowledge. That's nice. Alright, and it looks like we're finally catching them out in the woods. Hip hip huzzah. We outnumber them. Yeah, 31,000. Oh, actually, we've got a few cannons too many. Oh well, they don't have a back line. They don't have much of a front line either. And we have reinforcements. Look at that. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. That is all over, Red Rover. Oh, thank you. That is so good to see that gone. Alright, so there's some troops over here. Oh, you know what? There's some troops over there. Let's send our speedy fellow. That's just over 60,000. Yeah, that's about comparable numbers to us. We'll be fine. And then these guys... Oh, we have no leader. Oh, did we really just lose our fast general over here? It does appear to be so. Alright, well that's quite rude. So either way, that's the 11th Army. I believe that's there. Let's go with the 4 maneuver. That'll have to do. You guys can go... I don't know. We'll zip on up there preemptively. You guys can do something similar. We'll chase down these stacks. Again, there's not a huge amount of their troops left, so yeah, this will free up our subjects to do what they need to do. Let's just make sure that our subjects are in fact on the same page. We have told them to siege. That's all we need. Alright, sweet. So we've got that done. You know what, it's been a couple of months. We will even wait a couple more days. But there we go. All of these ships are pretty well upgraded. Send 88,000 men. We will sail them over here. Let's go by boat. There we go. Control and right click. Make sure that they take the boats. It should be a speedy endeavor if they're going to be doing something. And then, what else can we do with our diplomats while we wait? Lost a little bit of opinion there. That's not ideal. Do we just improve relations? It feels fairly basic, but if it works, I suppose it's worth doing. Yeah, mine's over here. We can definitely... Oh no, still maxed out on improved relations. Yeah, that hegemon modifier is a bit of an annoyance. Yeah, should have definitely tried to become the Emperor before we picked that up. We definitely would have had it if it wasn't for that. But, you know, you live and you learn. It just is what it is. Let's see. Armies moving around. That's all good. Let's see. You're reoccupying things. Oh, you know what? There's troops. Let's go ahead and attack again. We don't want to be sieging. We want to be aggressive. Aggressive is the way that we win this. We'll take down everything that they've got. That is the way to do it. Let's get our fastest moving unit to make a beeline for the capital. You guys can catch up with the rest of the armies. Alright, that's all that we're asking. Nothing too crazy. Alright, so that'll take them a bit of time. Let's just shuffle over here, try and keep an eye on things. Let's head up over there. Come on out, surely we can catch them. 29th of April. Oh. Yeah, know what? That might be good enough. You know what? You guys can also maintain there. I don't care. We're heading... Okay, we are heading there. It is the fastest way. And it does look like that will be successful. They've got some rebels firing, so that'll be bad for them. All the more reason to peace on out. Excellent. And then... what have we got left? 43,000. 2,000. 39,000. So basically everybody up over here. Yeah, that's kind of an annoyance. Alright, I suppose we may as well make our way up over there. That'll be fun. You guys can head up over here as well. I guess then if that's the case and there's no one else to do it, let's go ahead and we'll make our way around the north of the wasteland out here. Yeah, we'll try and pop around and catch them out. That's going to be my plan. If they try and run away from us, we can eventually catch them. That is the idea at the very least. So either way, we'll do what we can. Conversions are successful. That is always good news to hear. These guys are moving slightly further north, so I suppose we'll go this way. If we can bypass a slow province or two, that is always worth doing. Yeah, especially with that extra maneuver. That is helping us move very well. Alright, so let's go. I reckon we cut up over here. Oh, actually, they might be heading off to the, We'll give them a month or two, let them decide what they want. We're locked in. They're heading up over here, so I guess they're making their way around the Rocky Mountains. Oh, and they're about to get caught. It makes no difference as to the terrain. We have ridiculous amounts of strength, stack wipe, and you know what? Let's follow it up with another. That should be the way to do it. Come on. Less than 40,000 of them. And adios. Okay, cool. So, let's march you down over here. Make sure that we get that fortification back. We don't need these guys marching up over here anymore. Let's just cancel what you're doing after you arrive and just tell you to go ahead and siege things down. Austria wants access. You know what? We're going to decline. Yep, they were a jerk. They forced us to fight them. I can't be bothered dealing with them. So that is their punishment. Yeah, if you get in the way of our wars, you're not going to be allowed to war yourself. That seems only fair. Alright, how about now? How are we doing on the reasons? In fact, you know what? I think we might have enough. Alright, so what do? We're definitely taking everything that we planned up over here. We'll leave that little bit of land. I don't think that makes a huge difference to us. Oh wait, that's occupied by Mecklenburg, so no good there. Alright, so we just need to go ahead and collect everything over here. British Columbia, we will... Hang on a second. Who possesses this? Occupied by Russia, occupied by Russian Columbia, Russian Peru. Okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and select all of these provinces and make sure everything, and I mean absolutely everything, is occupied by us. I don't want to be moving around and miss a slightly different shade of green because I was mildly preoccupied and trying not to get caught out. So we'll just go ahead and make sure that everything is included. I think that is included. My goodness, this is definitely a bit. Alright. Occupied. Russia. Hey, okay. Anything that we missed? That's Russian Canada. That is not right. See, this is why we did it all as one. That way it does pop out a little bit better. I don't think... Russian Columbia, honestly, that doesn't matter if they have it. Yeah, that should be fine. So let's go ahead and we'll hand off everything that we can. Again, we want all of the coast if possible. Makes it nice and difficult for them. That way they don't have any military access through their navies. That'd be quite nice. And then, you know, just to make sure that it's a good border with, what is it, Brazil? Peru. Yeah, we will go ahead and make sure that that is all being handed off to us. And you know what, I guess this does count as a problem. So I guess we'll go ahead and collect that too. That's 95%. Honestly, I think that's pretty decent. Yeah, we'll slice them up for the taking in the future. We'll take that one as well. As for the rest, I think we'll go... oh, let's finish the border with Mexico. Make sure that we can pass through there. That seems decent. And what else remains? Oh, that's borderline everything. That's everything that we can get our hands on. You know what? Maybe we go for a bit more of Louisiana. Actually, no, we... I dislike the border gore, but I think what we're going to do is, since we don't possess this, we will... are conceding? Okay, hang on a second. Concede Eastern America. I think that was the only one we had selected. Yeah, okay. So we'll take all of these. That is fine. We'll go ahead and try and work our way. There's some provinces that would connect things up nicely. That'll be fine. We still need to connect those to our lands, which I think we can go this way. Yeah, so that still takes us to a decent bit. We'll take the rest of this from the 13 colonies. We'll leave that there. We'll leave this here. Actually, you know what? No, we need a land connection. So we'll take all of that. And then... what else do we want? I suppose we could take all of this. That's not bad. Connect on the other side here. And then... do we just go with the remainder? You know what? How about we take some of the Great Lakes? That seems rather nice. Lots of land there should be fun. Oh, you know what? We'll make sure that the... you know what? That doesn't matter. They can figure it all out. That's 100%. We need 3 more reasons. Length of war will sort that out. And luckily for us, I believe we're about to land a few troops over in Africa. So that should be more or less everything that we desire. And I'm happy with that. And we still have a couple of years left to spare. The siege of something is over. Goes to Russian California. That is enough reasons. Question, can we squeeze out just a province or 2 more? That works. That works. Yeah, so some of that'll go to Canada, some of that'll go to our what is this? Our Louisiana of whatever that's meant to be. And then I believe that's absolutely everything we can do. So it's a little unfortunate we couldn't take absolutely everything. Yeah, I think Colombia is pretty good. We've missed out on a little bit there. We've taken more from up here. We would go ahead and attack some of these others, but again, it just is what it is. Let us send that demand. It's going to cost us a whole heap of power. But again, that's... yeah, not terrible overextension, because most of this gets handed off. So, there goes the second Russian-British imperialist war. How very, very nice. We have that sorted. Construction in a few places has been cancelled. I do not know what that was exactly. Let's go ahead and seize land so we are in a very healthy crown land position. Look at that. Bonus reform progress growth. So very nice. Alright, and then I guess we have a few exiled armies. Let's see. Let's bring you back over here. We'll send one of you over there. The other one can march their way over here. That should be fine. You guys can go ahead and make your way back. You guys can make your way over here. All of you guys can go ahead and return to the port. Let's go ahead and bring this one back as well. Yeah, that should be good. In fact, heavies, yeah, no, let's just go ahead and take our light ships here. We'll go ahead and we will give them I will give them the super speedy admiral, and you guys can go ahead and start protecting trade once again in the English Channel. That is what we desire. Brandenburg, I don't care. We're going to decline. We'll go ahead and finish a couple more of these things, I think. Goods produced and all of that. You know what? It's technically more money downstream, so we'll go ahead and spend that. We'll spend 50,000 manpower as well. A little bit of money. We'll give that a day. And then let's boost that up to level 3 just because we can. Again, money is not a particular issue. Up over here, what have we got? The monasteries, religious unity, some stability cost and all of that other things. Yeah, you know what? It's a monastery, and we are a devout nation. So off we go. Go ahead and get that done. And then we'll pay for the last little bit there too. And that. Yeah, should be that. And then what about over there? You know what? We don't care about that. What about this mausoleum? Religious unity? Calling people to faith? You know what? That seems quite appropriate. We'll go ahead and spend all of the money. And then I think we'll spend a little bit of manpower. The fact that we're now not... when will that get done? March next year? Oh, you know what? A couple of months. That's perfectly fine. That'll be all good. Yeah. Alright, so Cossacks have risen up. Oh dear. Anyway. Yeah, that's already being dealt with. And, alright, we might actually have a few... Yeah, we got some troops that we should probably shuffle all around. Let's go... Is there any quick wars we could quickly end upon? Oh, we still need to core everything as well. Yes, a lot of them American. Let's go ahead and deal with this Welsh, English, Cornish, all of this stuff. That'll be fine. We won't promote, but we will manage that as best as we can. More English. The American we can leave be. Yeah, we've run out of power. You know what we might do? We have a couple of states. Maybe what we should do here is promote English culture. It is 13% of our states, so you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll do that. That'll save us a little bit of unrest. And then, I don't know, what would be another good one for us to collect? No, we'll just go with Polish. That's the next best one. That is fine. I'm happy with that. That should get us a couple of nice little modifiers. Conversions are successful. That is always the news we want to hear. And, oh, we can even have more absolutism again. Huh. Yeah, of course. Well, I don't think we have too much trouble. Our religious unity is truly remarkable. Manpower recovery is pretty solid. Again, it's not like, what is this? Making 21,000 per month. That is truly ridiculous. Oh, and you know what? We have spy network on Great Britain. Let's just stuff up their future plans. I don't think they have any, but let's go ahead and we will slander their merchants. Yep, that's right. Merchants have been slandered. We will go ahead and let's corrupt their officials. And what else could we do? Support rebels? Okay, what have we got? We have a few of these. They're not bad. I don't know. I feel like there should be some who do we want to have rise up? We're not going to bother about... you know what? Maybe we go for... You know what? Let's just go ahead and 6 provinces. I think that's the biggest... Oh, no. 11. Congolese. There we are. Oh, no. British particularists. Autonomy. They're not actual independents. No. Okay, we're going to go for Congolese separatists. We'll confirm that just because we can. We have the money to spend, and I think it's funny. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's also lose the local autonomy. I think that should be fine. Help boost up our state's benefits. Separatist sentiment, yeah, that is of course going to be a thing. But again, not exactly a huge complaint there. And now all that we need for the ultimate victory for the end of this campaign is for the jolly Emperor to pass away. That's all I ask. He's 38. He's done it before at this age. Will we be able to get that by the end of the game? That is the question. That is something we truly would love. Gain a 1 grand Captain Land Maintenance Modifier Fellow. Oh, sweet. Well, we'll take that nonetheless. Aggressive expansion impact, minus 20%. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's just check that out for a second. Because we have espionage IDs and all sorts of things. Let's go aggressive. Expansion impact, minus 65%. Just Cause, Land of Ruse, State Propaganda, and Prestige. My goodness, that is a fraction of what it could have been. Yeah, if only we had that... Yeah, if only we could have made the most of that. If we hadn't have fought Great Britain for so long, I feel like we could have definitely expanded a lot further. But you know what? It is what it is. We do have plenty of Diplo power. Let's go ahead and check our tech. We are borderline maxed out. Let's see about... Actually, hang on a second. Neighbors already have this? Huh. And then the field howitzer. Right at the very, very end. And that's technically at the very... Yeah, truly the end. Alright, well, you know what? We may as well go ahead and use some of this... Let's go ahead and promote some mercantilism. It's been a long time since we've gone for anything like that. It's only 65, but that will help us with something, I'm sure. Riots in Moskova, send in the troops or lose Oprachina progress. You know what, that's fine. We don't need to fight that. Extra taxes, that seems delightful. Lotharingia is fighting Great Britain. They're in trouble now. Alright, we can technically intervene. Whose side would we be fighting upon? So they have Lotharingia and Tuscany. Oh, we'd have to fight on Great Britain's side. No. Cancel that idea. That... You got my hopes up. I thought we were about to have a little bit of fun to really apply the pressure and make them quite unhappy, but apparently not. Oh, and apparently now we can also go ahead and boost up the Tower of London thanks to... Why can we do this? You know what? I don't care. It doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and spend more money. Again, that is just what we are after. We'll give that a month, and then, who knows, we might even boost that up slightly further once more. Let's go ahead and get that to maximum. We'll spend as much as we've got. We can also go ahead and... Can we boost Stonehenge? What do we get? Missionary strength, tolerance of heathens. Yeah, alright. So we can get a few things. We still need to continue to boost up a lot of our overextension, it looks like. Actually, a lot of this English stuff is a bit of a pain. And apparently, hang on, we don't have a British Louisiana anymore. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. We haven't released cores that we already had. Okay, so we're going to go by culture. And then let's go by you. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, no, that's probably enough. Yeah, alright, well, at least that's good to know. Yeah. Ah, well. We'll leave that be. Let's see, anything else? Overextension is high. That's, yeah, not too surprising. Alright, we should also go ahead and do a little bit of rebel suppression. Make sure that the British do not get too annoyed. Alright, what should I say? Too out of line. That's probably the better way of putting it. Let's get you to merge. Make sure that that's all settled. Alright, that'll do. And then you guys, let's find a better place for you to not take any attrition. We'll send you across there. That should be all well and good. Yeah, so now all that we need is a little bit of extra power. That's all that we're really debating upon. Yeah, revolts are a thing. No surprises there. Jambi is attacking a whole bunch of people. We will decline. Let's see. We still can... let's just go by cost. There we go. That should be fine. So it's pretty much everything until it's American. Okay, so that's going to cost us a fair bit of power. That's going to be a fair few months. But you know what? That is acceptable. Alright, so let's see. Anything else we would really like to do before we are done? I don't think that there's really too much at this point. There's only 10 years left, but you know what? I think what we'll do is... I think we'll call it there. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of a think, and then we will have our final episode. I think we'll fly through a couple of years, unless there's something particularly good that we really want to do. But yeah, I think that's a good enough place to call it for today, so I can assess what we want. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.